And greetings and welcome to this edition of Video Ask a Master, where we show you all things Mimio. My name is Travis Rink. I am a full-time science teacher. I've been teaching for 16 years and I'm right outside of Wichita, Kansas. I do serve a couple capacities for Mimio at this point as a quick learn instructor as well as a Mimio Connect moderator. Our question today is from Janet and from Chris, and they both are wondering to some extent, how do you set up your MimioStudio Gradebook from scratch? And then once I have that set up, how can I save some time and import my students from Excel? And this process is a great question, and it's a fairly simple issue to address. So here's a rundown of the steps that we'll have to do to create our classes. We will, once we're in Gradebook, simply add classes. We will then add students either manually one by one, or I'll show you how to quickly import through your Excel files that you might be able to create. And then I'll also show you options as far as how you can assign or let Mimio Vote automatically assign students to their units. So the two buttons that we're specifically going to be working out of in MimioStudio Gradebook is the Add Class button and the Add Student button. So to do this, we're going to go straight away right to Mimio Gradebook. So here you can see here I'm opened up to Mimio Gradebook. I have nothing set. My first task is to create a class. So I'm going to click on this button right here that says Add Class. I'm going to give it a title, and as soon as I hit Add, my class has now been created. It now shows up in a drop-down menu. Now, of course, my class is nothing without my wonderful students. So I need to come in here and click on Add Student. And as I click on Add Students, I will need to type in their name. And I'm just going to type in a first and last name. That's all I need. You don't need to fill in anything out else on this menu unless you want to. You can also at this point either choose to automatically have MimioStudio automatically assign the handset ID, or you can go through and choose your own number. I simply leave it as auto, and when you do that, it will automatically assign numbers based upon the alphabet. So all I need to do now is click Add, and my first student has been assigned. So there's Bill, and we can see he's handset number 1. If I want to add another student, I simply repeat the process, and I type the name in, and just hit OK, and I will have 2 students added in, and since I only have 2 students, there's handset number 2, and that will automatically change as you add students in. So at this point we have our first class set up and we are set. The next part of the question was how to use Excel to automatically import your questions, and that's where we're going to go now. And to show you this, I'm going to go right into an Excel document. The key thing is, no matter how you get your students into Excel, you have to create a row that has these top 2 headers in it. First name, exactly as I have it there, and last name. And it doesn't matter how you have it, but you do have to have first and last name broken apart like this. So however you get it into Excel through whatever mechanisms, you have to make sure you add these columns. At this point, the trick to this is how I save it. I can't use it as an Excel file. I have to save it as a CSV file. So that will be one of your options. As I save my file to my desktop, if I click down here in the list of Save as Type options, I need to save it as a comma delimited file. So CSV, I click that button and I save it. I'm saving it to my desktop so I can find it. You may get a couple options here, so just OK out of all this, and then close the file out. It's already been saved, so I'm going to say no. And now the next trick to this, I'm going to go back a level. I want to add a whole nother class just to show you the difference. I'm going to add class, and this is going to be my Mimio moderator class, we'll call it. I'm going to add the class. Here I am back at my class level. If I choose the drop down, you'll see I have those 2 options. Now, as easy as this, instead of adding student by student, we're going to come right over here to File, Import, and I want to import students. So File, Import, Students. It's going to ask me to search for that file. There that file is. I didn't name it anything special. I could have if I wanted to, but I left it as CSV. I click it, I hit open, and there all my students are. As easy as that is, if I select one, you'll see that their handheld units are set up and I am set. So it's really that simple to add classes to your Mimio Gradebook and either enter your students one by one or import them from an Excel file, of course, that you've saved as a CSV. So hopefully that gets your gradebook set up and now you're ready to use your Mimio Vote assessment system. So if you have any further questions, of course, you want to visit us at MimioConnect.com, and if you have any other questions pertaining to this or anything else, please don't hesitate to let us know via MimioConnect.com/askamaster. Have a great day.